Hey, what's up everyone? Back for this Saturday slate. Happy Saturday to everybody watching the video. Hopefully you guys all had a good day yesterday. Yesterday we scored a 117.4 on DraftKings, which tied in some double ups and just got over in others, so just depending on which ones you played it in. But today we got two slates, so let's try to get in the money on both. We'll be looking at the main slate in this video. So my first pitcher that I like, so before we get started, if you could drop a like and subscribe, I appreciate that. And first pitcher is going to be Garrett Cole for me. Facing a very righty-heavy Cardinals team. This season, he's actually struck out a little bit more lefties than righties, but he's still been dominant. He's been so dominant, probably the best, definitely the best strikeout pitcher in MLB this season. Ton of upside with him, ton of 30-point games. Not only just barely 30, he's getting like mid-30s to high 30s a lot of the time. And the Cardinals do have some strikeouts in their lineup. Pitching on the road, it's still a good ballpark to pitch in. It's not a great hitter's park. Especially for right-handed power. I think Garrett Cole is going to have a great game and just continue what he's been doing the whole year. Just been super consistent. And second guy I'm going to go with is going to be 5,700 for Anderson. He's just a decent pitcher. He's not, he's going to throw like 75 to 80 pitches, sometimes 90, depending on how he's going. Like I thought last start he could have threw one more inning, but they took him out. Facing the Padres in Petco, it's a good park to pitch in, obviously. He's had one good game against the Padres and one bad game against them. But at a 5,700 price tag, I'm not looking for much out of him. Just looking for like 15 DraftKings points, and he has that upside to get you just about 20. So, especially if you're paying up for Garrett Cole, you don't need Anderson to go out and put up a huge game. You just need him to not get destroyed and just have a decent game. And I think he can do that at a 5,700 price. So today for the bats, I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking. I love the Reds stack, especially the Reds lefty stack against Chichi Gonzalez. I'll show you the numbers for Gonzalez against lefties. They are terrible, and the Reds are pretty cheap, and they have some good lefties. And the righties they also have, I wouldn't mind playing like Puig and Suarez just because they have an insane amount of power. So I'll show you that. The numbers for Chichi Gonzalez this season against lefties, they have not been very good at all. And it's a great park for left-handed power. So lefties it's a small sample size, but lefties have a 357 average and a 679 slugging off of him. And if you look at the career numbers, he's still giving up almost a 300 average to lefties and almost a 400 slugging percentage. So he has a 5.29 xFIP, only 11% career strikeout rate, which is big for a Reds team that does have some heavy K hitters in the lineup. The xFIP this season to lefties is 7.12, giving up a 43% hard hit rate and a 35% fly ball rate. So I'm looking at the Reds lefties. I love them. I love the Twins. They're really priced up on DraftKings, but if you can make the Twin stack work, I love basically a lot of the Twins. Kepler, Cruz are my two favorites, and then followed by guys like Rosario. Shoop, I think, will be a nice low-owned play. Marwin is still cheap. And Polanco. So those are two teams. And then another team I like is definitely going to be the Indians. Sparkman has gotten hit really hard against lefties and switch hitters. And that's basically up and down this Cleveland lineup. You're looking at a lot of lefties and a lot of switch hitters. So full Cleveland stack is in play. And you do have some value on the Indians, like with Jake Bowers is only 3,300. That's a great value, as is Kipnis is only 36. So those are two great value plays. And then the Angels, I'll definitely have a little interest in them. I love the price tag on Upton at 39. Trout's obviously always a fantastic play facing a bad Baltimore pitcher. And I don't mind Fletcher batting leadoff at under 4K. And Ohtani is a decent play too. Those are the bats I'm looking at. Let's start it off here at second base with Scooter Gennett. I am expecting Gennett to break out very soon. It's been like a handful of games. It's been a couple weeks since he's been back, and he hasn't really got anything going, but he's a good hitter. I don't expect this to last. Usually when a guy misses a bunch of time, it takes him a while to get his timing down, and he should start hitting the ball very soon just because he's that good of a hitter. Last couple of seasons, he was batting right around 300 with a lot of power. This year, the power really hasn't been there, but at least he's hitting a little better against right-handed pitching at 209. Last season, he was great against righties with a 317 average in 2017. He batted 310 with 23 home runs against right-handed pitching. In 2015, he batted 279. And 2016, he batted 264 with 12 home runs. But the last 2 or 3 years, he's been really good against right-handed pitching. And I expect that to turn around. I just showed you how bad Chichi Gonzalez is against lefties. Get him at a $3,300 price tag. It might finally be the day he decides to leave the park with a home run in this one. It's a great park to hit in, especially for lefties. It's supposed to be great hitting conditions, so I like him at a $3,300 price. At third base, I like Jose Ramirez is finally back. We've been talking about Ramirez being back when is Ramirez going to be back the first couple months, and all it took was a little bit of an all-star break, and entering into the month of July, he's been red hot, insane. Batting average is almost at 250, which is crazy, after he was batting 199 for most of the year. And he's hitting the ball for a lot of power, lots of home runs, lots of doubles for him lately, and we know he loves to steal bases, so just like last season where he was in MVP consideration, was going off almost every game, he's finally back to that. In the month of July, he's batting 345 with 7 home runs through 20 games in July. Just is finally starting to flash that power. And Sparkman has been really bad against lefties and switch hitters. And Sparkman has also been so lefties have 12 home runs off of him with a 558 slugging. And he has a 6.14 xFIP to lefties. And a 45% hard hit rate and a 44% fly ball rate. So I like Ramirez here at that price tag, definitely, given the way he's been swinging the bat. Sparkman is a lot better at home, which could be a little concerning, but the Indians are finally starting to hit the ball better. And as soon as they get past Sparkman, they can do some real damage off that bullpen. And it's not like Sparkman is very good either. So in the outfield, I'm going to go with Max Kepler. Kepler has been so good this season. Lots of power with him batting leadoff. Get a ton of at-bats. Nova doesn't strike many out at all. Should be a really good spot for the Twins to go off. And DraftKings, knowing that, priced everybody up. But I do like Kepler, 5,100. He has 4 home runs his last 6 games. He has had a couple games this season, I believe, where he went yard twice. And baseball's been crazy the last 4 days. You've had one guy go triple dong in 4 straight games with Cano. Cano did it. DeYoung did it. Betts just did it, and Cruz did it. So maybe today will be Kepler. No, but a good chance for him to at least hit 1 home run. He's been really good against right-handed pitching. Nova doesn't strike people out. He gives up a lot of hits. 263 batting average to righties with 21 home runs for him. And he has a 300 ISO. So I really like Kepler at this price tag. And last but not least, Jake Bauers is a really nice play just because he's so cheap facing Sparkman. Just showed you Sparkman struggles against lefties, and Bauers is finally starting to hit the ball. Just like Ramirez, not as good as Ramirez, but he's starting to hit the ball. Lots of multi-hit games for him recently. He does have some power, although he doesn't really show it all that much with just 11 home runs. But it's a matter of time before, probably in a couple years, he'll be one of the better power hitters in baseball, I would think. Or at least a candidate to hit 20-plus home runs. At this price tag, he's been, just doesn't need much to make value. He's been a good hitter over the month. 248 average. And he has a 140 ISO. Not great. But in the month of July, he's batting 301. So you do have that working for you. That's what I like for this Saturday slate. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. You can drop a like if you enjoyed. And good luck today.